rankings list. We have 2 weeks completed. We're heading into week 3. This is the week 3 NFL Power Rankings. I want to start at the top, but I think we should start from the bottom. At number 32, we have the New Orleans Saints. I'm just kidding. It's alright. I got the division right. I got the wrong team, alright? It's supposed to be the Panthers. The Panthers are 32. Everybody knows this. The good news is their team is a little bit better than last year. The O-line is a little bit better, but a better O-line has only shown them that their QB is not very good. They got Andy Dalton coming in. They got Big Daddy Dalton. He's going to take over. But I don't think that will change a lot for their team. Maybe it will. Maybe Bryce Young is that bad. We don't know. But right above the Panthers, we have the New York Football Giants. Malik Neighbors looks good. Other than that, they're nothing special. Just had a tough divisional loss to the Commanders. I don't think the Giants will finish at 31 by the end of the year, but they're going to be pretty low for most of it. One of the teams that'll be battling them for these low spots at number 30, the Tennessee Titans. They got a QB problem. I'm starting to notice a pattern with all these teams at the bottom. They all seem to have a QB problem. Will Levis is a reason he did not go in the first round. They went in the second round, and it's not because he's Jalen Hurts. He's not good. He could be a solid backup in the league, possibly, but he's not the guy. I think it's pretty clear. But they're going to keep testing him out. It's a rebuilding year for the Titans. But we'll see what happens. The Titans are another team. Maybe they don't finish in the 30s. But at 29, a team like the Broncos, I could easily see them finishing very low, even lower than 29th. Yes, Bo Nix doesn't look too good. They got a serious QB problem. They also have a very serious talent problem. Their problem is they don't have it. They got too many guys that were decent once upon a time, but after probably injuries, they're just not the same. Cortland Sutton, Javonte Williams, they haven't been the same since they got hurt. Above them at 28, we have the Commanders. They had that solid win over the Giants, but not too convinced at how good they are yet. They got a rookie QB, Jaden Daniels. They're testing him out this year, and they're gonna finish pretty low. They don't have a great team. That's for sure. But right above them, at number 27, the Colts. The Colts, I thought, after week 1, they would be a little bit higher in the rankings than this, but they are not. They're low. Anthony Richardson, horrible game from him. Same with the rest of the squad. Definitely wasn't their best. Definitely was not their best. Losing to the Packers and Malik Willis, who pretty much threw his first touchdown pass for the Packers. So that's the team they're going up against there. And they still lost, so disappointing week for them. Right above them, this team, I don't know. Maybe they'll end up higher. This is funny, like every ranking, it's like, I don't know, maybe this team could be better. But the Bears, I got them at 26. I think they're going to end up finishing higher than this. Caleb Williams right now seems to be the issue. He's a rookie. He looks like a rookie. He throws like a rookie, and he's just trying to make the same plays he did in college. It's just not quite working, and some of their skilled guys haven't really done a whole lot lately. DJ Moore is known as a guy who made plays with Justin Fields throwing to him, and he can't seem to get anything going yet with Caleb Williams, but I definitely want to give it time. I think they'll be alright. I think it's just, like I said, we're 2 weeks in, so. The Rams, oh man, I thought they would be a teens team this year. Maybe playoff hunt, but the defense is going to be a problem. No Donald. And the injuries just keep adding up. They keep piling up. It just is Matt Stafford, and he's probably gonna get injured at some point. So it's not looking good for the Rams. This is looking like they're gonna have to punt. Honestly, I wonder at what point does it get bad enough for the Rams that they trade Stafford to a contender that is desperate for a good QB. And I don't even know what team would that even be. We'd have to think about that one a little bit, but maybe the Rams just take it on the chin and just start rebuilding. I don't know. But yeah, Puka and Koopa, everybody's injured. Everybody's injured. Right above them at number 24, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are starting off pretty normal, 8-2. No, I'm kidding, 0-2. Sorry, I was thinking of last year when they were 8-3 and then completely collapsed at the end of the season. I think they're just going to skip to where they left off at the end of last year. They're not looking great so far. The loss to the Dolphins is tough, and then the Browns, but you'll see in the rankings, those are not highly rated teams, and it's just not looking good for the Jaguars. At number 23, though, I must say I am very impressed by this team, the New England Patriots. Yes, at number 23, defense looks good. Brissett looks good enough. So, yeah, high 20s. I'd say that's a pretty good ranking for them. I'd say that's solid. Right above them, at 22, the Dolphins, like I said, got that Jaguars win. They might end up falling even lower. They are having QB issues. Their QB injured. Tough spot for them. But they would be ranked a little bit higher if Tua was still there. But even when he did play, last game against the Bills, it was 3 picks, but Bills are highly rated, so, nothing to be upset about. At 21, I feel weird about this one, but also not. The Raiders, I don't know where they're going to end up by the end of this one, but they did take down the Ravens. Maybe the Ravens aren't as solid as we thought. Maybe that O-line is not very good. Maybe the defense is not good enough to stop Gardner Minshew, but I guess Minshew has the highest completion percentage, something like that, so only 2 weeks in, we'll see what happens. At 20, we have the Browns. Yes, all the teams the Jaguars have lost to are, just a couple spots ahead of them, so. But, the Browns, horrible week 1, they were able to bounce back, and, they got a solid defense, so Jaguars' offense is not scary to them, and the offense did enough to get it done. They had a big play early, but, yeah, they're 1-1, and right above them is the Falcons. I definitely see the Falcons moving up into the high teens. They are now 1-1. Nice win over the Eagles. They shouldn't have had it, though. Probably shouldn't have had that Eagles win, but the Eagles choked that one. But they're 1-1, and even if they were 0-2, I would still see them moving up the boards eventually. And yeah, that's pretty much it. At 18, you know what? I'm looking at something right now, and I want to switch it. I have the Jets above the Cowboys. I'm going to swap them. I'm going to put the Jets below the Cowboys here. So at 18, we have the Jets. I definitely see them moving up, especially if Rodgers continues to play pretty solidly. Tough matchup week 1 with the Niners, but as we saw with the Niners, they can go down at any moment, and I think the Jets are solid enough. I think right now 18's a good spot, but I could definitely see them moving up towards the end of the year. And like I said, the Cowboys right above them at 17. Blowout loss to the Saints. Saints have moved all the way up. But yeah, rough game for the Cowboys. You thought they had a solid defense, and the Saints, they dropped 40 on the Panthers. What are they going to do against the real defense? Well, they're going to do the exact same thing. So could be an issue there, but even the offense, nothing crazy for the Cowboys. So 17 seems like a good spot. I think they'll move up. I got the Chargers at 16 here. They are off to a fine start. I think it is a little early. I don't know. I don't know what to think of the Chargers yet. They got a new QB, a new coach. So QB, we'll see. I definitely think they have a lot of potential to move up. I don't see them moving down much further. At the beginning of the year, I thought maybe they'd be a team that finishes like in the 20s, but they look solid. They look solid. They look like they're gonna be able to speed through this rebuild and make it happen. So at 15, we have the Cardinals. Lost week 1 to the Bills, but got a nice dominating win in week 2, and they are at 15. They look pretty good. Marvin, looking pretty good. So they're at a good spot at 15 there. I could definitely see them moving up. Right above them, I have the Steelers. Steelers are looking really good because of that defense, but the offense is not there. Fields is just not that guy. They're going to hope that maybe Russell Wilson can come back and be a decent playmaker, but maybe the Steelers should trade for Matthew Stafford if he becomes available. Like, they got a really good defense. They really do. Offense is looking better than last year with Canada, but still not very good. So I could see them moving down. I don't see much upward mobility out of them, unfortunately, but right above them, might be jumping the gun a little bit on this one, but they did have a nice showing against the Chiefs, and just really bad week 1. They're 0-2, but I have the Bengals up at 13 at 0-2. Maybe should have them lower, but I don't know. It's power rankings. I'm putting them where I think they are, even if their record isn't anything incredible. But the Bengals, they still have Joe Burrow. They still got some good players, and I think they're going to be fine. They look pretty good against the Chiefs, and probably should have won that one as well. But right above them, the Seahawks. Pretty surprising to have them up at 12, but yeah, they certainly look the part. Geno looks pretty good. Rest of the team looks solid. And yeah, they're a solid squad. They look kind of like they did 2 years ago when they snuck into the playoffs. I could see them doing that again. But yeah, Seahawks 2-0. Nice OT win against the Pats. That was unfortunate to watch, but good comeback for them for sure. And right above them at number 11, the Vikings. Wow, crazy to have the Vikings up here. It's almost like they should have kept Kirk Cousins and just kept him moving. But nope, they drafted a rookie. He gets injured. Sam Darnold is the guy. They got some studs, but Justin Jefferson, we'll see if he's out for a little bit. I think he's going to miss a few weeks. But above them, another not really surprising team, just a team playing, the best that they can, and in terms of, their range, I guess. But the Buccaneers, they have been solid. They look good on offense. Maybe the defense is fine too. But they look really good. It's interesting. That whole division, you think it's weak. I mean, I guess the Falcons and who else is even in the division doesn't even matter. Sorry, the Panthers. Oh man, they're bad. Yeah, but yeah, you got the Buccaneers right here at 10, and then you have the Saints right above them at number 9. That's where this division is at. Falcons at 19. Like they ended up looking pretty solid. The Saints, Derek Carr, and then Alvin Kamara, just crazy. These guys are playing well. They're playing some good football. It's nice to watch because, last year that division was kind of a joke, and then you got Derek Carr after all these years just kind of still putting up solid numbers right the first 2 weeks here. Same with the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield's playing really well. It's nice to see these guys like just still hanging around in the league, still playing pretty well. This one's tough. Got the Packers at 8. I don't know how. With Willis, they are much lower than that, but I think Jordan Love will come back in a few weeks, and I think they're going to hold down the fort a little bit and be alright. I think 8 is still reasonable. If they have like a bad loss next week, they'll probably fall a little bit or something, but I do think 8 is a good ranking. They are one spot behind I got the Bengals up here already. Well, got the Ravens at 7, 0-2. But yeah, first one was the Chiefs, and then second one against Raiders, who played pretty well. So I'll give them a pass. Maybe I should be moving the Raiders up. I don't know. Ravens lose another or don't play as well next week, but still gonna win, 1-2, I might just have to move them down if they prove that they just aren't the same team that they were before. Speaking of not being the same as they were before, the Eagles, they still are out there choking, and they had that win. They had the Falcons beat, but couldn't get it done. I still have them up here at 6. Because they are good. A.J. Brown was out too, so we'll give him a pass, but it seems like A.J. is going to be out for a little bit, so that's tough. Above them at number 5, the Houston Texans. They've looked very good. Stroud, Will Anderson, what a draft. They really hit on that, and then just bringing in Stephon Diggs for this year has been crazy. They really do look good. I can't believe how well they were able to rebuild, and with the whole trade with the Cardinals. The Cardinals should have taken Will Anderson. Imagine if they had him, but I guess they did get a tackle that year. I forget which one, but it worked out for everybody. But really working out well for the Texans. I can't believe they're at number 5. At number 4, tough loss the last week, but I still have the Lions right there at number 4. Although if Jared Goff continues to not play well or throw games away, I'm gonna have to bump them down, even with all the talent that they have. But I've said it before, like, Lions fans, what are you guys gonna do when you realize Jared Goff is the same guy he was for the Rams? It's tough, but we'll see. He could win a Super Bowl, who knows? At number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Yes, the Buffalo Bills at number 3. I guess definitely an argument to have them move up. They've looked really good, dominated the Dolphins, played well against the Cardinals, got a win there, and then the Cardinals dominated this week, so they dominated a good team, so they could definitely see them moving up. But for now, I have to have 49ers and the Chiefs in those top 2 spots, even though the 49ers, not a great week for them. Not a great week at all. But I think they'll be fine. The Vikings right there at number 11. They're a good team. I think the Niners will shake it off. They do have a couple injuries. I guess Deebo Samuel's out. I guess Kittle got injured. We'll just see what happens with all those. They already don't have McCaffrey for a few weeks, so I think factoring in the injuries might have to drop them down a few spots. Maybe going into next week, I'll definitely look to do that. But as for right now, the Chiefs are at number 1. They are the best. They are number 1, and gonna keep them there. So yeah, that is our week 3